Welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Melkery, a Dallas-based DP and Gaffer, and in today's video, we're talking about the new Godox M300R LED light. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. We don't need another LED light. There are so many on the market, and that's true. There are a lot of options on the market, but with that, that means that there's a lot of competition, and competition has pushed the LED technology to become greater and greater every day. The lights are brighter. They're more efficient. They come in a smaller package, and the color accuracy is amazing on these units. Now, myself being an owner operator, I need to use certain lights for certain situations. If I go out as a one-man band, I'm taking a different light than if I'm bringing out my whole grip truck for a bigger production. But what's really great is the technology is trickling down from these bigger, more expensive units into these smaller, more affordable units that give you the ability to pack a good punch. And instead of having multiple lights like a daylight light, a bicolor, and an RGB, now you could have it all in one and get the output that you need. So I'm going to test out the light in two scenarios. I'm going to use natural light because natural light is free for the most part. And we're going to use natural light as our key light, and then we're going to utilize the M300R with a spotlight to give us a nice accent in the background. And for our second setup, we're often given the worst place to film by our clients, and they say, make it look good. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go to my storage unit and we'll see what we could do with this light in there. So this is our first setup. Before I get into it, quick disclaimer, Godox did send me the M300R, and they also sent me the BP Spotlight with a 26-degree lens. What they didn't send me, and I had to purchase with my own money, was my lovely wife and our beautiful little dog, Brinley. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so we have a setup here. We're using the natural light. So this door is actually creating a bounce. So if you look at my wife right now, Megan, you see she got a lot darker on the exposure, and we're using this as a bounce. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that we carried the light that was in the space and make it look like the windows are shooting some light onto the background. Now, earlier today, we had beautiful light coming in, but we don't always get the perfect scenario. So what we had to do is we had to create the light that's over here on the background that's giving us kind of a natural looking slash that should be coming from these windows. And it is coming from that direction. If we shot the light from this direction over here, you would see that the shadows are wrong. But right now, it's naturally coming from the same direction. So how did we achieve that? What we did is we utilized a bounce, a reflector, a nice light modifier right here. And what it is, it's the Godox light flow system. And the light is actually hitting it and then reflecting over into the background. So you can see that right there as I put my hand in front of it, it creates shadows. So what's really good about using a spotlight with this system is you could fine tune it exactly where you want it. So if I rotate it just slightly, you'll see how it affects the scene. Now it's completely gone, and now it's back in. And you could fine tune it and adjust it exactly how you want it, moving it up or down. And it's just a game of angles. You just get the angle that you want, you get the look that you want, and it creates the results you want. Now, what's also cool about this spotlight is it has the ability to rotate. So you could rotate it completely around 360 degrees without limitation. So that gives you the ability to get results you want. So we're looking at the image, everything looks great. Like I said, when we shut this off here and then we turn the light off, this is what we're dealing with. We still have great, beautiful natural light, but we open this up here. Now our subject is lit, but the background seems a little dark. So when I turn on the light and bring it all together, it gives us great results. This light is coming in to accent what we already have here naturally and help carry that look over. And right now the light is set to 100% shooting into the light flow system. And I am using a number 2 on that system to give us the look we want. Now, if we wanted a little harder look, a more of a mirror look, if I take this and I bring this up, that's what that would look like. So I could go a little harder or I could go softer. And that's the thing about this system is you're able to change the look you want depending on the finish that's on the actual light flow system itself. Before we dive into our next setup, let's take a look at what's included in this travel kit. Right off the bat, you'll notice that there is a detachable yoke. I'll set that off to the side. The lid does have a zipper pocket where you can put the actual strap for the case in there. It comes with a little safety cable and a header cable tension relief so you don't damage it. And then your instruction manual. We'll stick all that inside. The lid is adjustable with these little strings, so you can adjust it to hang fully open or do whatever you need to. We'll open it up all the way. And then this lid right here that separates the yoke has a little Velcro, and I'm going to remove it so we have access to the light itself. Now inside this unit, or inside this case, we have the head, and then we have the ballast right here. We have our reflector, and then we have our power cable, our clamp for our ballast, and then we have our head cable, which has a lot of length to it. Let's go ahead and get this light set up. So you grab the detachable yoke. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that into place right there. I'll grab the head and slide it right on. And then what I'm going to do is make sure that these latches are clicked into place. I'm gonna remove the protector, and then we'll put this cone right into place. Next, we'll connect the ballast, but first you need to attach the clamp, and then we grab the ballast itself. It is recommended that you connect your head cable first, click it into place on the ballast. Power cable, click it into place. Now we're in my storage unit. This is the next setup. I have my A-cam set up. As always, I like to set up my first camera. I have it set a little wide right now because I just want you to see what's going on. I do have my lovely wife on the B-cam, which is the BTS camera. If she does a good job, let her know down in the comments. I'd love to have her out more to capture BTS content for the channel. So let's get right into it. We have a storage unit. There's an overhead light. We do not have control over this overhead light. It's right above us. What can we do? Well, we've got to figure it out. So one of the main things I want to do is I want to be able to control some of the light in this space. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this Godox M300R and we're going to put it to use. So I'm going to pull out that yoke, expose the light. I'm going to come over here and we have a boom set up, and we're going to attach the yoke to the boom. Now I'm thinking maybe I motivate the light that's already up there and kind of go with the same look. Since I can't turn it off, we already are getting shadows here because the light is coming in from above. So we don't want to recreate the light totally because we want to have some control over what we have above us. So I'm going to attach this onto the detachable yoke. Perfect. Click it into place. Oh, there we go. And now it's locked into place. I have the safety cable right here. I'm gonna click that into place as well. The kit does come with one, so if something gets knocked loose, we're still safe. I will attach my ballast over here, get it going. For the modifier, we're gonna grab the Godox Octobox 90. This is a really compact setup. I enjoy using this because I'm able to stow it away with both diffusions on, and it sets up real quick. That was it. I'm gonna connect this over here. So when you're out of time and you're in a hurry, it's good to have gear that sets up quickly. So that's that ready to go. So now I need to lift this guy up. And also I'm gonna have to add some counterweight to it once we get a little bit up there. Now you see something that's really important is right now, this is hanging over the big leg. If it goes this way, you notice it's ready to fall over. Let me turn it this way. And all of a sudden, see it's ready to fall. You've got to be very careful when using stands. Whenever you're booming something out, you want to put the weight over the big leg. Right now, it's perfectly fine. I let go, it's fine. But if I swing it over this way, look what it does. It's ready to fall down. So be very careful when setting a stand up and make sure you're extra, extra, extra safe. All right, there we go. So we got a bag for counterbalance. Notice this straightened right back up after that. So now we have a light overhead. Oh, almost forgot. You see, we got to remember all our steps. So we've got to match our overhead light. So I'm going to match it using a light meter or a color meter. And the reason I want to use this is I want to match the overhead lights with my light here, or match my light with the overheads. So there are apps where you can kind of just point at the light and it'll tell you the color temp. This is a little more accurate. So let's see what we get. So we're getting 29K with a 2.3 green shift. So 29K and 2.3 green. So when I fire up my light, I'm going to get it close to this range. Now just understand, modifiers do change lights, like color temperature and things like that. Wow, and this is so nuclear bright. Let's go ahead and take it down a little. Okay, so now I'm going to test. I remember it's 29, 2.3 green. And this is 52. So I'm going to move it over here. Let's go to 3K. Oh, that's pretty close. So, oh, that's it, 2.4 green. So we've matched our Godox light with our overhead light, so we're in the same world. We used the color meter to do that. So now I'm going to adjust this camera. I've set the camera to 50 millimeters and the Godox overhead is set to 1%. It's creating a nice soft light. If I step out from under it, I'm getting hit by the light that's already in this space, and you can see how harsh the shadows are from that light. And now we're back into a soft light. Now, if I wanted to decrease the intensity of the light in the background, all I would have to do is darken the image in camera and boost up the light. And here's what it looks like. We've increased the intensity of the light overhead to 50%, and now the background has gotten a lot darker. This is a totally different contrast ratio. Let's add the grid. The grid's on, and I've increased the light to 100%, and this is what it looks like. Now we are getting a lot less spill. The light is centralized to this one spot here. It's not spilling off into the background, and I'm able to isolate the subject a lot more and isolate the light. Now, one thing to pay attention to, when you add that grid, you're going to see even less light going into the eyes. So you may want to introduce another light to get a good catch light, because right now we have very, very aggressive raccoon eyes. Now that may be the look that you're going for. Now let's take a look at what Godox calls next level brightness. I have the light set at 1 meter away from my Sekonic light meter. What I'm going to do is test the low end of the light's output and then take it all the way up to 100%. I'm going to do different color temperatures, and we might as well do a few different colors. I'm using the Godox app to control everything, and we will put it side by side to show you the results. This light is bright. So the real question is, will I utilize this on more shoots, and will I keep this light? And the answer is yes. It's a great light. And what really stands out to me, it is very compact and it packs a lot of punch. I like the removable yoke. It makes it real easy to stow away, and it just has a lot of flexibility with the RGB and the color accuracy. The green, magenta shift adjustment are really great features. Even the gel library makes it real simple to match gels. Now, gels are terrible. They stink. When they get old, they're expensive, and it is a lot of space that they take up. So now having that ability to just adjust it digitally is really nice. And just the vast array of accessories that are already available for this light make it a winner for me. Now, one of the things that stands out that does concern me, and hopefully a firmware update can fix it, is when you hit the power button, there is a delay for it to fire back up. So if you're on set and someone's like, can you A/B that? And that means turn it on and off real quick. It's difficult to do. Now, what you can counter with that is just grab the app and utilize the app, and you just turn it off and then back on with the app, and that does speed things up. But when you physically want to actually hit it on the ballast itself, there is a delay. Hopefully that can get fixed and resolved so it does not slow you down on set. But that's really the only thing that really stood out to me that kind of bothered me. Everything else was on par with just industry leading standards and made it really good. You have DMX, CRMX, you have the app, you have wireless CRMX, all those features that make it a pro level light where you could utilize it on your production. Real quick, before you leave, let me know how you would utilize this light on your shoots. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh yeah, real quick, like YouTube says, like click stuff, this video, maybe this one. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe even subscribe, whatever. Hey, bye.